There are many ancient relics strewn across our planet, which are unimaginably ancient, hidden from inquisitive minds, often by a variety of factors, millennia of undergrowth, conspiratorial bodies, or even personal perceptions of historical truth. However, there lay a far more interesting, far more inspiring tale resting just beneath the surface of this illusion, just waiting to flourish. Previously, we covered some of the amazing discoveries made by a man known as Professor Potini. In particular, his extremely peculiar stone found in 1990 within a diamond mine in Sierra Leone within West Africa. And although many perceive his sky stone as a defining discovery, we feel his actual defining discovery, his legacy left upon the unexplained mystery history of our planet, can be found elsewhere. He did, in fact, during his lifetime of exploration, indeed discover something unique upon our planet, something undoubtedly important, immensely ancient, and quite possibly a last remaining remnant of an unimaginably old civilization which was once found upon the African continent, found during his ventures deep within Sierra Leone, West Africa. The Lady of Mali. He examined the land at the foot of her mountainous form, and according to his calculations, the stone monument was indeed man-made and carved well over 12,000 years ago. Reaching an astonishing 1,500 meters in the air, it is an image of a woman's figure hewn from an entire face of Mount Lore. Predictably, due to modern academia and the entrenched paradynamically cast spell upon many modern fields of study, the only explanation that can be ascertained for this clearly man-made, highly ancient artwork is that it is merely a coincidental natural formation. In an interview with journalist Carmen Mikado, Petoni explained that the statue is located to the north of the city of Conakry and close to the country's border with Mali. The geologist estimates the Lady of Mali to be some 20,000 years old. This concluded through the observations of displaced motions within a natural rock fault he found within the lady's form. He also spoke of caves in the area, which contained mummies, guarded by the locals, who he claimed rumored of their, quote, Atlantean origins. Unfortunately, Professor Potini died in 2009, so any other invaluable information he may have acquired regarding the area went to the grave with him. However, the Lady of Mali remains and will undoubtedly live on for many years to come. Just who could have built the Lady of Mali? Is she really a 12,000-year-old relic left by a pre-flood, pre-cataclysmic civilization, or merely a natural formation? Do you believe an opinion based on a historical assumption, or one based upon explorations, investigations, resulting in unexplained physical artifacts? We will let you decide.
Now we are moving to Guinea, West Africa, very close to the border with Mali. They found on a huge granite mountain the half-portrait of a lady done in granite stone, and the size of this statue from top of the head until the middle of the torso is exactly 150 meters. So this is a real big question. Who might have been able to do such a huge granite half-portrait in a mountain at least 10 to 12,000 years ago, because the Italian geologist Professor Pitoni was on the spot. He did these photos and he checked the earth on the bottom of this mountain, and his calculation was that this stone monument must have been done at least 10 to 12,000 years ago. But then we have the real big question: who could have been able to do such a big stone monument? Even in our days, it would be impossible, or at least it would cost so much money that it would never be able to do. And if you look at the close-up of the face, Some experts told me that this face definitely is not European, but also, of course, not Black African. It must be either South American or Asian culture.
I can see an array of pyramids. What's the significance?
The significance is that you can find pyramids all over the world on each continent. And the question is, when and who did build those pyramids? Why many of those pyramids all over the world are looking very, very similar? Another question is, did there really exist a global civilization? And I think many of our researchers are really telling us that once upon a long time a global civilization existed. But how many thousands of years ago, we don't know.
Next we will be reading from Goddess in the Grass, Serpentine Mythology and the Great Goddess by Linda Phoebster. In the ancient past, the Great Goddess was worshipped as the personification of the universal life force. Her sacred symbol was the serpent. Over time, as goddess worship was suppressed by the rise of patriarchy, her serpent was devalued, eventually becoming a symbol of evil. Yet the roots of the life-giving, life-taking serpent goddess can be seen in prehistoric artifacts in mythology, folklore, and art. Unlocking the mysteries of the serpent goddess can reveal how myths of the Western world trace the dimming power of the goddess over thousands of years, until her replacement by the one male Judeo-Christian god. Evidence from Paleolithic period suggests the theory that prehistoric people worshipped the creative principle in nature as the great goddess. Hundreds of small female figurines carved from stone, bone, antler, ivory, and fired clay have been found over Europe and Western Asia, known as Venus figures. In fact, there are no images that have been found of a father god throughout the prehistoric record. And the note that I added in blue here is, probably because God commanded that no graven images should be made of him. And in Deuteronomy chapter 5 verses 7 through 8, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image. Next we're reading from Mysteries of the Ancient World by National Geographic Society. Certainly the central deity in the Qatar region was a woman. Female statuettes abound, some roughly carved from the